Baily's brought in some more work. So I've got a 98 Dodge Dakota V6 powerhouse, 5-speed, 4-wheel drive. Pretty decent little truck. Not in bad shape, but the transmission has a little issue where it jumps out of 4th gear, so I'm sure we're gonna find some bearings and a top shaft messed up. So today's task is gonna be getting this thing took out of here so I can get it tore apart and take a look at it and see what it's gonna need. Wes will appreciate this one. It's not too bad underneath here for cancer. It's a decent shape for its age, I'd say. But we'll find out as this stuff comes apart. So first step's gonna be getting the drive shafts out, and then probably done a lot of work on Rams, but not much on Dakota, so that's new for me. And cross member holds suspension, so I'm gonna say that's gonna stay. So I got some oil there on the transfer case, so I'm sure that means that the top shaft seal on the transmission's leaking. Probably. So, no, don't look like it's going too bad. My lovely assistant out there is going to be doing this job mainly as a learning experience, and it's her vehicle, so she wants to be able to say she fixed her transmission. Supervisor Baily there is going to make sure everything goes up to code. But get some wrenches under here and pull these drive shafts out, and then take a look at what's going to be next. First drive shaft you ever removed?
Yes, it is. And it would appear it's the first bolt that I've ever removed, because I'm doing a crappy job.
You've already got one out, so
yeah.
I know that's not true. My astute video people would call you out on that. They'd be like, one of them's out.
Yeah.
So that you don't bring the drive shaft down on your head when you take it out.
Anything to get leverage on.
You shouldn't need a lot of leverage. I mean, it just takes a little to pop it loose. But you got to get where you're prying against it. Yeah, it moved a little then. It's coming. Yeah.
Ow!
And you pry just on this lower side, top side's out.
Over here?
Back in here. Come through where my finger is. See my finger?
In here?
Yeah, right through there. Pry forwards. Easy like. You're also really supposed to be catching this drive shaft, but
I'll let you catch it.
okay.
Ow.
There it is. Main thing is that the caps didn't fall off and needles fall everywhere, so now you want to grab the shaft and just that one's a slip yoke up there. So it just pulls out of the back of the transmission. So just pull it back and it should come out. Maybe some oil come out.
This is a weird way to hold this. Yep. Oh.
I should have had a pan. Been a good idea, but oh well. And then drag it out from under the truck, put it in the bed.
Shop.
So now that the front drive shaft is out, working on taking the transfer case loose from the transmission. So there's 6 bolts around the outside of that there, and it should be able to pop the linkage out of the bracket there on the other side. It's got a rubber grommet, holds it in, and slide that back, sit that piece down out of there, and then it'll be time to get this transmission cross member out and pull the transmission. So for a first timer, making progress. So I've got the transfer case out, pulled the plastic cover off, and got the screws out for the rubber boot that holds it, unscrewed the gear shift lever. So I'll go ahead and pull the gear shift tower. I don't know if that's necessary for sure, but it's easier than having it halfway out, hanging in the clutch, and then not being able to get it out. So let's go ahead and knock it off now. So. And that's not how you put a socket into the tool holder.
Yeah, this one's gonna be hard. Nope, I gotta have the extension. Okay. Nope. That one's gonna be the harder one. Yeah. I can't get down in between the.
You should be able to come around this side here and get it. Oh no, it's already out.
Yeah,
this one over here is the one you're trying to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably need an extension for that.
Yes. I can't get it. Where is it?
Oh no, you took it off. I can see with the cameras. Well, you know it's not a good sign when you pull the top off and there's bits laying in there, so we don't know what this stuff even is. It's not metal, it's like some kind of rubber. I think it maybe was a ball for the gear shift lever. Alright, so I've lost my good help, but figured I'd go ahead and do a quick overview for those that this may help. I've got the transmission tower removed, and this really long extension assembly with the 9/16 swivel on the end. I'm actually kind of surprised to find a bunch of English hardware on this truck, but that's what it all appears to be. Pretty. Yeah, I found an 8mm bolt in the floorboard, but all this driveline stuff's English. So I've taken the clutch slave cylinder loose. Just got it hanging over there for now. Those bolt holes there come in from the front side, and then there's 4 up there at the top. You can see where that fuel line bracket is. That's ones you need that real long extension for to get loose. Particularly the ones on the top. You can kind of get these ones on the side with a regular extension, but the ones on the top, the only way I could get them loose was with that real long extension. to where I could clear the tail housing and pull on it. There's not enough room between the floorboard to really get my hand up in there and turn a ratchet at the same time. So would have been nice if they put floorboards in this vehicle that you could take out to access that stuff like I used to do back in the 60s. But, you know, too much trouble. Why bother to make it where somebody can work on it in the future easy? And take it back to the dealership and pay them twice as much because it takes 10 times longer than it should. And on the other side, I may have mentioned you gotta take the starter loose. Of course, on the other side, this side here, oil filter's gotta come off. Sorry, you can't really see it underneath here. It's super hard to film when you can't move. But maybe you can see. You got these transmission brackets, or transaxle brackets, hold the front axle. They're bolted to the block and to the bell housing. So get the bolts out of them. And I left the ones in the center that go through the engine block and the transmission and the brackets for last. So I get those two out. This transmission will be ready to sit out of here. Of course, all the harnesses are taken loose from the top. There's a reverse switch over here on the side of the transmission. Got to disconnect the harness for it. But other than that, it's not the worst thing I've had to work on, but not the best either. So, yeah, it's a compact truck, just makes everything harder. But that's the price you pay to have a gasser that gets 20 miles a gallon. Well, I was able to get this wrestled out from under the truck. So, taking a quick look here, the input shaft's not too worn, but it does have play in it. That's not a good sign. Throwout bearing's toast, so that was getting ready to be a problem if I didn't do something about this anyway. Other than that, I don't really see anything here. Carnage. Nothing's busted. The gear shifter parts here look okay. I don't really see anything there screaming disaster. Output shaft, it's not loose, so that's a good sign. I guess the first thing to do probably is to get this clutch housing off here. Yeah, pull this throwout bearing out. Or if it's, that's metric now. Everything's been standard up to that. Pull it away. Not a top loader, it's a back loader. 398, probably the original one of the truck. So it's the Chrysler part number. Looks like a Chrysler part number. Can take his front end off first. I'm sure the problems will be back here, so. I would rather stick this through a hole somewhere and hold it.
You got one more over here, but it's under that thing. You're gonna have to use the wrench probably.
Those two top ones can't get to with this. I'm gonna have to take those detents out first. And of course there's more under this mount. Swelled up rubber's tough to get the socket on. So we get this thing apart.